Come all you rounders if you want to hear the story told of a brave engineer. Casey Jones was the rounder's name, a high right wheeler of mighty fame, of mighty fame, of mighty fame, a high right wheeler of mighty fame. Casey was pulled into their Memphis yard. Fed up, beat down and dog-tired, another driver had to call in sick, asking Casey to do the double trick. Casey smiled and said,
"I'm feeling fine. I'm gonna ride that train to the end of the line. There are ridges and bridges, and hills to climb. I got ahead of steam and ahead of time."
Ahead of time, got ahead of steam and ahead of time. The caller called Casey. It was 4:30. He kissed his wife at the station door. He climbed into the cab, orders in his hand.
This could be the trip to the promised land.
Through South Memphis on the fly. The fireman said,
"You've got a white eye."
The switchman knew the engine's moans. The man at the throttle was Casey Jones. Was Casey Jones. Was Casey Jones. The man at the throttle was Casey Jones. The engine rocked and the drivers roll. The fireman hollered,
"Save my soul."
I'm gonna roll her until she leaves the rail. I am behind time with the Southern Mail.
It had been raining hard for weeks and weeks. The railroad track was like a bed of creeks, rated down to a 30-mile gait. The Southern Mail was 2 hours late, 2 hours late, 2 hours late. The Southern Mail was 2 hours late. The fireman said,
"You're going too fast. You ran the last 3 lights we passed."
Casey said,
We'll make it through. She's steaming better than I ever knew.
Casey said,
Don't you fret. Keep feeding the fire and don't give up yet. Run her until she leaves the rail. To be on time for the Southern Mail.
The Southern Mail, the Southern Mail. To be on time with the Southern Mail. He checked his water and his water was low. He looked at his watch and his watch was slow.
Put on more water. Put on more coal. Put your head out the window and see my drivers roll.
People said Casey couldn't run, but I can tell you what he had done. He left Memphis until 9:15. Vaughn, Mississippi, right on time. He got within a mile of the place. A big headlight stared at him in the face. He shouted to the fireman,
Jump for your life. Give love to my kids and say goodbye to my wife.
Casey said before he died.
There are a lot more railroads that I'd like to ride.
He said. The good Lord whispered,
It'll never be. The Illinois Central'll be the death of me. Headaches and heartaches and all kinds of pain. Ain't no different from a railroad train.
You can take your stories, noble and grand, all just part of a railroad man.